Um, One of my the next video I'll be doing will be covering body image, which links very heavily into this episode, because a lot of my body image issues came from things that have occurred uh, within this community, and that are really prevalent in the gay community still. Um, I think it's something that really is a responsibility for any of us who have overcome our insecurities to look out for people who haven't. I think that's really important. Um, yeah, just be a good cunt, hey? Coming off the back of coming back of a relationship where I was with someone that was really into me, and I just didn't know how to accept that. I then done what a lot of people do. I ended up in a entirely different kind of relationship where it was the other way around. Um, I knew full well that this person was not into me and that I was a convenience, and usually a drunken convenience. But because I couldn't see my self-worth enough to be in a genuine relationship, I got really entangled in that, and it went on for a long time, and it was, God, it was ugh, just a toxic shitstorm. It's something that, is, I've met people similar to that person, um, in many walks of life, and I am very quick to ensure that I don't have anything to do with them, because I do know my self worth now, um, which is probably why I've chosen to be single for as long as I have now, because I'm not kind of willing to waste my time with time wasters, or with someone that I don't feel that I can give the credit they deserve either, because that works both ways. It's almost as hard to not love someone as much as they love you as it is to have someone not love you as much as you love them. Um, that's certainly something that came from my first relationship. The one I talked about earlier, that was sort of the long running one, that was pretty secretive and private and not healthy at all. Um, we flipped and flopped quite a lot. I think when we met each other, we were just a bit besotted. We kind of just had found someone by chance of our age, who was going through the same thing as us. But it quickly came to pass we weren't going through the same thing. And I think his self-loathing and unwillingness to admit who he really was and to be who he really was really hindered um, hindered my allowing myself to discover who I was, um, away from him, and just as a person. Um, we were one of those couples that constantly broke up all the time, and were there'd be times when one of us would be soppy, romantically head over heels in love, like jump off a bed in excitement when your phone beeps, and the other one just didn't really have the time of day, and then it would switch. Um, this went on for like 4 years, and then hit the point I had to. I was not starting to really deal with my issues in my mental health, but I was starting to recognize that I had issues and I didn't want them to worsen. And we were very all or nothing, so we fed off each other's pleasure as much as pain. And when one of us was down, we would drag the other one down. To the point that I just, it was much better for me to get out. And unfortunately for him, he couldn't get out of his pain. He ended up losing his life after years of self-hatred and self-harm, and really being lost in his own thoughts. That was terrifying. It's someone that I've never completely truly gotten over. But he was exactly who I think I would have ended up as if I had not gotten away. I think that for me is exactly why it's so important to talk about what you're going through, whether it's whether you are at your lowest low and you are considering something, whether you are self-harming, or whether you are just kind of not feeling yourself, or you're struggling with something, whether that's a relationship or coming out or fitting in. Just try and speak to someone. If you can't speak to a friend or family member, you can speak to me, you can speak to someone online, you can call a helpline, you can even, if you're really not comfortable doing that, write it down. And similarly, if someone reaches out to you, you can pick up. Like, it is for me just a dick move to ignore your friends. I don't buy the excuse of being too busy, because nobody is too busy to pick up a message and read it and say, hey, I'll get back to you, or anything like that. If you just flake on plans, I think that's a real dick move. You don't know what those plans meant to someone. You don't know the impact of them. I try my absolute hardest to stick to plans and to stay in contact with my friends, whether they try and stay in contact with me or not. I still think about them and I still want to stay in touch with them, because I know a lot of them have been through things or been there for me through things, and that matters. So if you have plans with someone, don't just ignore them because you're not in the mood. Just be honest. If someone reaches out to you, at least give them the acknowledgement that you've received a message and that you'll get back to them. And if you say you're going to get back to someone, fucking get back to them. That's it for this topic. I can't really remember what I've said. So when I'm editing this, I hope it makes sense, that I'm not just rambling. To reiterate, I have anyone's back that requires me to have their back. I have time for anyone that needs my time. And I'm hugely thankful to my friends within this community who are, whether they're new to it or whether they've been on it for years, who have really helped me come to terms with myself, my place within this community, and just really made me feel a part of it and proud to be a part of it. Thank you.